What I am YouTube? It's your boy Kurt, and I'm back with another video. Peace to the guys, peace to the goddesses, peace to the peasants, peace to everybody tapping in. Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been like 7 days without me dropping. It's been hectic, you feel me? Been busy with a lot of shit, busy with studies, busy with a lot of work shit, busy with things you had to sort out. But whilst all that has to be going on, man, we still have to drop videos, you know what I'm saying? And today, I just want to drop a video and explain how you yourself can connect with the God within you, how you can connect with your soul, how you can connect with your higher self. So I want to explore a theory that's not really a theory, it's more like a fact. Here's one thing you have to understand, right? Your brain is not responsible for recording memories. Your brain is not responsible for recording experiences that happen on this plane. Your brain is not responsible for that. The thing that's responsible for that is your soul, right? And your soul resides on your heart. That's where the soul resides. So with that understanding, you have to understand, bro, like your soul has lived over more than once. Like a lot of us who are on this planet, it's not the first time we're experiencing life in human form. It's your soul probably a couple years older than your current age. Like if you in your 20s like me, your soul could be fucking 50 years old or 30 years old or 40 years, just depending on how many lifetimes it's lived and how many cycles it's been through. Because if you understand metaphysics and energy, you understand energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be transferred. So what happens when you pass away, bruh? Your soul is light energy. It's a form of energy, right? If it's not going to the next dimension, it's probably gonna come back here and relive this life. My understanding of that, bro, I don't think reincarnation happens when you reincarnate into an animal or whatever. I think reincarnation happens when you reincarnate into your bloodline. The same bloodline, like on this earth right now, that the bloodline that you in, bro, I think it's the same bloodline that you live out your reincarnations until you learn and until you ascend to the level that you are able to pass over earth and go to the next stage. You feel me? So with that being said, you are literally your ancestors, nigga. You get what I'm saying? You are your ancestors. Your ancestors are you, and them are your ancestors, nigga. Like, so one way you need, like, when you have the understanding that the soul is responsible for recording experiences and memories, this is why when you die, you are able to remember things. Like when death happens, your soul is able to remember things and experience and feel like how can I explain this in another way, right? So death is basically just a separation of two bodies. That's what die means. When you say die, dissecting a frog in science, we used to dissect frogs, we used to dissect shit. It's basically splitting one into two, right? That's what happens when you die. You're splitting two bodies, your physical and your metaphysical, your spiritual body. So another thing I can use to justify what I'm saying is, this is why when you close your eyes, you're still able to see. Like anything you think you can see, that shit even with your eyes closed. It basically tell you don't see with your eyes. This is why if I stop speaking, I can still speak a word. Like, have you ever thought about that? Even if I close my mouth and I want to taste something or smell something, like not smell but see, hear, and speak. Like I can do this with my mouth closed, with my eyes closed. I can still do these things. I don't have to have these things open. I don't have to have these things function in order for me to do that. This basically, it shows you how you are able to operate even without this body. This is why when you go to sleep and you dream, you are still able to experience physical things in the spiritual. This is why you're still able to see things in the spiritual, because you don't see with these eyes, bro. Your soul is the one that's responsible. So when you have that understanding and that understanding, a way you can connect yourself to your soul, because a lot of us, bro, we always caught up in this third dimensional realm, and that's very shallow, bro. Like the moment you stay living in the third dimension, bro, like that's like your most shallow state. And if you wanna experience life in a different form, bro, you have to be able to connect to the higher realms. And One way to do that is connecting to your soul, because your soul is not physical. It's not a third dimensional body. It's a higher dimensional body. You have 4 type of bodies, bruh. You have your physical, you have your energetic, you have your spiritual body, and you have, it's probably like 4 of them, but those are the ones I can remember right now, bruh. But with that being said, like meditation, I meditate every day, and meditation that I do mostly is mindful meditation, where I just sit and breathe and focus on my breath, right? So with one thing I'm realizing with doing this is that it keeps you connected to higher realms and your higher self, because when you are practicing this, what you're doing is you are feeling, you are saying, you are experiencing things, but not from a physical point of view. Because the moment your eyes are closed, like you see the moments when you meditate and you start thinking things, right? And your mind start talking. That's not the mind talking, bro. Like, that's not the mind talking. That's the soul. That's you at your highest form. That moment when you're sitting in that silence, that moment when you're sitting in that stillness and you start hearing a voice in your head that you can hear, like you hearing this thing talking, and it's not your mouth. It's not the mouth that's making these sounds, but you can hear the sounds. That's your soul talking, bro. The moment you can start seeing things, that's your soul's eyes opening. That's you connecting your physical body to your higher body, your spiritual body. As simple as that sounds, bruh, that's basically what it is when you meditate. Those of you who meditate understand exactly what I'm talking about. So that's one way to connect your soul, like to connect your physical self to your higher self, bruh, is by connecting to that through meditation. Those moments when you're sitting there and you're in silence, those moments when you're sitting there and you start hearing a voice in your head, which is really you, but you're not using your mouth to speak. The moments when you're sitting there and you start seeing things with your eyes closed, that's literally your soul coming into fruition. So the longer you can hold these experiences, and the longer you can take to stay in these moments, that's you basically just connecting yourself to your higher self. That's you connecting your physical to the spiritual. And when you begin to do this a lot more, you start feeling a different way, because you're living life on a higher dimension. Like, that's when you begin to understand a lot of things that are third dimensional, they don't really matter. Like, when you living from a higher plane, but that's you literally living from a higher vibration, because you're connecting your physical to your spiritual body. Your physical body is third dimensional, and the third dimension has everything to do with lust, has everything to do with tangible things that you can see, feel, touch, and hear and see, and you know what I'm saying, like things that are tangible, my nigga, like this physical body. But when you continue to do this, bro, you understand that you are not the body. Like, you might see me like Kurt, but Kurt is not this body talking to you. That's not who Kurt is. Kurt is the person inside this body. This body is just an embodiment. Like, this is just a physical appearance of how Kurt wants to look on a planet. Do you understand that? Like, I am not this piece of meat, bro. I am not this glob of meat. And if I'm being honest, bro, like the physical body does put limitations on your body, on the real you. Because the real you is able to do anything that it wants. The real you is able to fly. The real you is able to defy physics. The real you is able to defy gravity. And the physical body is what holds the real you from doing those things. This is why people who are good at lucid dreaming, people who dream, are able to do anything in the dream, including you. But when you dream, sometimes it's like you can think about a certain thing and you're already there. That's the real you. But the moment you stay too connected to this physical realm, you limit that superpower. And the more you connect yourself to your higher self, you basically pull that higher frequency, higher vibrational energy into this physical. That's how you start to merge the two. That's how you start connecting the spiritual to your physical. That's a superpower. You get what I'm saying? So you have to understand, practicing meditation. I meditate every day before I sleep. I sometimes find myself falling asleep mid-meditation, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're doing it with a purpose and intention, then you understand that the more you do something, naturally, is gonna start becoming a part of your life. And with me practicing meditation, I started realizing like I'm basically merging both of my bodies into this physical so that I can experience more spiritual in this physical third dimension. Like things that physics say is impossible according to physics is not really impossible. It's just impossible in higher, it's only impossible in the third dimension. But in the fourth, fifth, like nigga, we ain't got nothing like gravity, nigga. This is why people can have dreams of them flying. But on the third dimension, gravity says whatever comes up must come, whatever goes up must come down, right? That's according to third dimensional physics. What if I told you that shit doesn't apply, nigga? That shit is not real. It's not. And the more you meditate and the more you connect with your higher self and your soul, you begin to understand that. All these things are just limitations, bro. All these things are just limitations. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I just basically gave you a tip of how to connect yourself to your soul, to connect to the real you. You're not this meat, bro. You're not this avatar that you're looking at. This is just the embodiment of Kurt. But Kurt is the one inside. Kurt is the one who talks and sees and hears without him having to do it in the physical realm. That's who you are as well. You are the person who speaks, hears, and you know what I'm saying, and speaks, hears, and listens without having to do it in the physical. That's the real you. And the only way you can connect to that person is with your eyes closed, bro. That's when your sixth sense open up. That's when your soul get in touch with the physical, bro. That's when your third eye open. It's that sixth sense. And yeah, if you made it this far to the video, bro, then you understand exactly what I'm saying. And that's today's video. I'm gonna check y'all on the next one, man. If you ain't subscribed yet, subscribe to the channel. If you have more insight, nigga, leave a comment, you feel me? I'm gonna check y'all on the next one. Peace.